guys, welcome to ET Land. So today's video is a little bit different from what we used to have, but I still want to do a video like this because I think um for the past 2 years we have been getting a lot of different kinds of products on the market and it's kind of saturated by now. I mean, like for many people, they would choose a Steam Deck for their daily device. Some of the other people would like to choose an Android handheld like Retroid Pocket 3 or 3 Plus, and we also have some cloud gaming handhelds, and we also have Iron Nail or other GDP, Win, stuff like that. So it is a little bit difficult to choose what is suitable for you and to choose a long term device. So, today I'm going to talk a little bit about how I really choose my own handheld and some of the emulation scenario in 2023, as well as some of my opinions. Okay, so why did I sell my Retro Pocket 3 Plus? First of all, I have to say that is the best handheld that you can get at $150. There is no doubt that I can say that. And it has came a long way from Retroid Pocket 2 to 2 Plus to 3 and 3 Plus, and I have to say that was a huge leap. Um, so I really like it. Performance wise, it actually runs quite a number of 3DS titles as well. So by 3DS titles, I mean those RPGs and um some lighter games that are not as demanding as Monster Hunter and stuff like that. Pokemon doesn't run like super smooth, but it is kind of playable if you don't mind those shutters. So yeah, most of the PS2 games in my library runs and the screen looks great. The handheld, the finish of the handheld was very good. The color was good, so I really like it. However, I already own a Ionel Air, and the point is I didn't really touch my Air since I first set it up because I was too busy at work. So I have the USB drive that I already built, so I can move all the things directly from the drive to the Retro Pocket 3 Plus. So at the time, I thought, okay, it is easier and more straightforward, and I kind of like it. But in January, I got COVID and I got a long period of time to stay at home, and I got some time to sort out all the things on PC, and I found that I really love the way how PC handheld can perform and the experience that it can give to. So basically, what can be done on an Android handheld can be done on a PC handheld. By that, I mean, well, of course, all the emulators on PC are available and more developed and more stable, of course. And on the other hand, we also have Android emulator, like the BlueStack, and on Windows 11 we can actually run Android directly. So there is no need to buy an Android handheld just specifically for Android gaming. And if you talk about emulation, obviously Vita 3K or Yuzu, these kind of more advanced emulator would run better on a PC. I used to hate a lot about the Windows interface. I tried Launchbox, but I found if you use a PC handheld, it would be better to use Big Box instead. But Big Box is a paid version, and I didn't want to pay, so it struggled me. But since I found Pegasus is a lot better, and it is free, and I switched over to Pegasus, and everything changed. I started up with Pegasus, and it's just a PC handheld. I mean, the whole experience is a lot different than I used to have. And then um, on Android, I used to rely on Dig and on other front end, and we also have Digital right now. So those are the front end that I used to have and I used to like, and that was the main reason that I can't switch over from Android to PC. But since I have Pegasus now, I really do not have any reason to keep my Android handheld anymore. So I look up the second-hand market in Japan and found that, interestingly, a second-hand Retroid Pocket 3 Plus can be sold at $250. I mean, it is $100 more than the price that I got it. So, well, I have to sell it. So, of course, selling it at a higher price surprised me, and I actually have one more reason that I wanted to sell it. It was because I wanted to use that budget to buy another handheld in 2023. So, what I'm trying to say is that um, basically, I am quite satisfied with the performance on Ionel Air from last year, because with the recent updates of the AMD drivers and the development in Ryujin's, which I don't pronounce that, I pronounce it as Ryujin's anyway. So most of the Switch games can be played on Ionel Air. I don't even need to use my Switch anymore, and that's the reason I think that if I ever buy another handheld, that would be a handheld PC with a chip which is at least higher than or equal to Ryzen 6800, which is going to be announced in today's announcement by I know they are going to have a live stream about that, and I'm really looking forward to that. However, whether to buy it or not is a separate issue, but what I'm trying to say is that PC handhelds are getting smaller and smaller and more powerful. Of course, we do have Steam Deck out there, which is pretty big, and I was not a fan. I am not a fan of the size of it, but still, it is a good handheld that no one is going to adopt it, and I think many people prefer to use it. So it is getting a little bit difficult to continue um, using or producing Android handheld, because we can see that the performance of Android handhelds are kind of capped by the chipset. We have Snapdragon. We are going to have Gen 3 now, 8 Gen 3. But since all those softwares, all those apps, like the Skyline emulator, namely, are still under development, we are not going to be beneficial by that until maybe in 2 years. But in 2 years, we can have a lot of changes in the whole PC gaming market. So if we think about that, I do not see any benefits on keep on buying Android handhelds that are not going to have a big leap of performance increasement. But instead, if we use all that budget to invest on a PC handheld, then we can just use one single handheld and play all the games. Because, well, of course, we have Steam. We can stream from Steam. We have Steam Link and we have GeForce and whatever. But if we have a PC handheld, we do not have to stream it and we do not have to rely on internet, and that is a lot easier. So what I see about the 2023 emulation scenario is that more development on PC handhelds will be done and will be continued because of Steam Deck and other PC handhelds, and also because of the limitations on the further development of Android handhelds. Well, of course, I'm not here to tell you never buy an Android handheld because that's not the story. If you are just looking for a device that can emulate most of your Retroid games and that's it, then Android handheld can serve your purpose and you can also run some nice Android games. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, if you're looking for an all-in-one device, then PC is the only way that you can go. We can see that in these 2 or 3 years, the Android handheld market is being kind of weird. We can see that there are quite a few companies keep on releasing handhelds that are not having a big improvement, but they are still getting money from you because we have a small update and stuff like that. Of course, if you look at Retroid handheld, Retroid Pocket 3 and 3 Plus, that was kind of shady, and I didn't really like that move. Um, but yes, if you look at the comparison from Retroid Pocket 2 to Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, it is a kind of leap. Um, However, if we have to think about how far an Android handheld can get us to, there is no way to play PC games on Android handheld without going on internet. Of course, if you are living in an urban area, that would not be a problem for you. But I think most of the people in the world are not living in an area that has a very stable internet. So if we want to go offline and having a good performance of PC games, then we have to go for PC handhelds, isn't it? Um, we can see the more advanced emulators such as Skylines are still under development, and we are not going to get to the state where we are having Yuzu or Ryujins right now in 1 or 2 years at least. So, um, if you think about that, it is a little bit difficult for us to keep on investing to these Android handhelds over and over and over again without getting the correct standard of performance that we want. And if we save that budget for like 3 or 4 times of investment into a single time of investment into a PC handheld, then we can get the all-in-one experience in one time of investment. Like right now, we have, for example, currently we have GPD Win 4, and we also have INL Geek and other handhelds that runs with the Ryzen 6800. It basically plays anything and any emulator that exists. So I do not see a reason if you are looking for a an all-in-one handheld and go to buy an Android handheld. So my suggestion is to look at your needs. If you really want an all-in-one handheld, then you should really look into those PC handhelds that are going to be released in this year instead of spending your money on Android handhelds. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today, and I'm not sure if anyone really bear with me in this video. I do hope that you like it, and if you don't like, please still stay with me. I am still finding a new direction for my channel this year, and I hope you enjoy my content in the future as well. Bye.